Hello, welcome to Spanky Speaks. Before we get started, let me add my little footnote here. If something's a piece of shit, then it should be named after a piece of shit. Obamacare. Now, for today's topic. Cinco de Mayo. What is Cinco de Mayo? Well, in Spanish, it means the 5th of May. Anyway, before I get into all this, though, let me get jacked up on a little coke and I'll go give you the breakdown about it. Alright, let's get into it. Cinco de Mayo. What led up to this and what is it? Well, that's the celebration's what it is. But it's not their Independence Day. Let's get that straight right now. In the 1800s, Mexico was fighting every fucking body, man. Even themselves. I think it was in 1821 or somewhere in there they was fighting Spain. And I think the 1850s fighting America. Who else was they fighting back then? I know them little fuckers was fighting somebody. Let me see here. Oh well, yeah, in 1857, that's when they had their Civil War. Well, after all this fighting through all these years, it left their ass broke, man. They couldn't repay the Europeans the money they owed them. You know, for all this fighting and all the arms and stuff they support them in, blah, 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 blah. So, what happened was, I think it was in 1862, France said, look here, we're going to go over there and kick them little motherfuckers' ass. Well, France sailed over, and where'd they land at? Veracruz, I think. They came in Veracruz. They was heading to, what's that town? Mexico City. Yeah, that's where they was heading to. Well, on the way, they got ambushed. That's what happened. Mexicans, this Mexican general, what's his name? What's that fucker's name? Zaragoza? Zaragoza. Yeah. This fucker, Zaragoza, well, he got him a few Mexicans and headed up to a town called Puebla or some shit like that. Anyway, little Mexican town there. So they set up fort there, see? And they waited for these French to come in. French had something like 6,000 people. 6,000 troops, man. And the Mexicans didn't have that many. But so anyway, they was cutting on up through there, going to whoop some ass. And them Mexican generals said, you know what? Let's kick these motherfuckers back to the fucking Gulf of Mexico. And all hell broke loose. And that was the 5th of May. Within 2 hours, they had killed, I think, over 1,000, 1,200, or maybe 2,000, I don't know, something like that. And the other ones just ran back, you know. They hauled ass. And that was the 5th of May. They were celebrating that battle. That's where Cinco de Mayo came in. There was a big celebration. I think the town was named after the Zaragoza, whatever the fuck his name was. You know, Pueblo Zaragoza or some shit. I don't know how they did that. Anyway, named after that. And but see, that just pissed the French off. So now the French come back with about 30,000 troops. And they kicked the Mexicans' ass. Alright? But the Mexicans, and then they set up a monarchy or whatever you call it, like a dictatorship with what's that fucker's name? Maximilian. Yeah. So they set him up in office, see? That only lasted about 2 or 3 years. Mexicans got pissed off at him and said, you know, we had enough of this shit. So they had this other general, whatever. They kicked the French out, or whatever, kicked their asses, took their land back, blah, 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 executed this Maximilian. And there you have it, in a nutshell. That's Cinco de Mayo. Not Mexican Independence Day, but the battle is what they celebrate. It's more of a, you know, we kicked their ass. That's what they celebrate. So there you have it in a nutshell. Cinco de Mayo.